Welcome back to the channel, Panda Pals. Today, let's talk Before the 90 Days, episode 2. We're gonna get to see the 30-year-old virgin, the cradle-robbing grandfather, as well as the stereotypical, you are a woman, so shut the fuck up, Muslim man that TLC really loves to shove down our throats. So, buckle up and let's get this show started. Let's check in with Emma and Zihad. Emma is crying because she just got off of a 20-hour flight, only to be greeted by a gaslighting little bitch of a boyfriend.
I just got off a 20-hour flight to come and see him. I just thought it was gonna be more special and romantic. And I get the second I get off the plane. He has never once talked about his religion. He's never once said it was an issue.
Emma goes on to say that the two of them have had many conversations in the past about how they were gonna tongue each other in the airport, what she was gonna wear, yada yada yada. And I am going to choose to believe her on this one because girly is the kind of crazy that messages every woman on that man's friends list. A woman like that does not misremember shit.
But, I have real, genuine feelings for him. I also know the good side of Zihad, and I've seen how we are when things are perfect.
Okay, so being an amazing partner when everything is super duper easy means nothing, okay? It is the moments that are difficult that reveal a person's true character.
I'm reminding myself that he is the person that I want to be with. We just need to get through this moment and see what happens the rest of the time I'm here.
They head to the hotel and Zihad is like, wow, I cannot believe we fought on the first day. As if he was not 100% the reason the argument happened. Emma says that maybe they should just get some food because Zihad might be acting like a baby bitch because he's hangry. And then Zihad tells her that they are going to have separate rooms and aren't going to be sleeping together because he is a very strict Muslim man and he will not sleep with a woman he is not married to. And as you could probably guess, that is not the expectation he had set before she got there.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
You're saying everything completely opposite what you said before I got here.
It's my decision.
Girl, kick that man out of the taxi and find you someone else. Find you anybody else, okay? That is some pencil dick energy. Emma is like, Zihad doesn't really seem to give a crap about me and my feelings, but you know what? I'm here for 3 more weeks. Let's just go with the flow and see if this relationship is real.
I am here for 3 weeks, and I really just want to try to stick it out and see if this relationship is real.
Girl, do you want it to be real? They get to the riad and it is very, very pretty. So pretty that Emma completely forgets how much of a dick this absolute butthole was being just a minute ago.
Stop! How pretty is this? So cute. Look at how romantic this is.
So sweet.
He gives her this little Hamza bracelet and he's like, you can only find this in Morocco, which I'm sure is not true. And Emma's like, you know what? I just really want to forget what just happened. Let's move on. Let's enjoy the time that we have together because I love you. And oh my God, Zihad talks to her like he is annoyed she exists.
I love you, and I want us to have a fun trip together.
Yeah, I know, and I love you more.
Yeah, because that's the reaction I want to see from the boyfriend I'm meeting for the first time ever. Yeah, I love you too.
Can I have a hug? Hug me like you love me.
He definitely doesn't like her. I feel like I could fart into my partner's open mouth and he would have a more positive reaction than Zihad is having this entire segment. Dinner is finally served and Zihad orders something called a tagine, which is a traditional North African stew that is typically eaten using bread to scoop up the contents. Emma is not the biggest fan of eating this way, so she just very gently dips the bread into the liquid and eats it. And Zihad is like, no, you're doing it wrong.
Your bread is empty.
I'll use my fork.
No. Not like this.
I think it's better this way.
I don't know if Zihad can smell an argument coming, so he just says, baby, you're so pretty. And Emma's blushing and she's like, you're so sweet. Blah. And then Emma asks for a little bit of clarification on what they can and cannot do while they are dating. And he says, well, we can be seen in public together, but until you and I get married, you are getting nothing more than a kiss on the cheek and a hug that leaves enough room for Jesus. Well, I guess in this case, Allah.
So we're not going to do anything sexual this whole trip?
No,
We would talk about sex all the time. I've sent you nudes before.
It's not my choice.
Then Emma is like, it is just so weird that you are saying the exact opposite of everything you have said to me now that I'm finally here. And Zihad is like, well, yeah, that was just pretend me. Now it's reality me.
Talking is something and the reality is something.
I love how Zihad is saying this so factually, like, no duh, you dumbass. Of course this is how it is. As if it's completely acceptable to lie and misrepresent yourself and manipulate your partner while you are dating.
As I see, for me, you are more interested in sex more than love.
And you are more into lying than telling the truth. What are we doing here? Anyway, Emma is like, I am not more into sex than love, okay? I just want to clarify why you lied to me about who you are. And Zihad basically calls her crazy and says he never lied to her about anything.
I don't know why you're lying about it. You changed your mind about it.
No, I don't. I told you that before.
Yeah, don't lie.
I don't lie.
Don't lie.
Guess what, genius? If you never lied, then you would not have had to make the distinction between reality Zihad and fantasy Zihad. So, shut up.
She said that I never brought that up before.
I explained her everything and she answered me, yeah, I understand. I think she just forgets this call.
Emma is pissed off, so she leaves dinner, and she tells us that she is beginning to spiral a little bit because when she was back at home, she stalked Zihad's socials and noticed that he was following thousands and thousands of women, which she thought was really weird for a guy who is all, respect my religion, I don't want to do anything sexual with any woman who is not my wife. So, the girly messages all of the women again, and wouldn't you know it, little baby bitch Zihad was talking to one of the girls.
He told me those conversations were old. He wasn't cheating on me, but now seeing how he's acting in person, it's making me question things.
Then poor little thirsty Emma puts on this very cute, very sexy number, and she goes to bed unkissed, untouched, and let's be honest, unloved. Let's check in with Rick and Trish. Trish is working as a midwife, and she says she loves her job because she loves babies. Which is great considering the man that she wants to marry doesn't want any more.
I love babies. In my tribe, we believe that every woman should have a child.
Speaking of tribes, apparently Trish comes from a very aggressive tribe that is well known for resolving their issues by smacking a bitch up.
I come from a tribe called Antandui. When they don't like something, they will say, let's solve it outside. Pa, pa, pa. Finish.
Trish grew up in a very remote part of Madagascar where she met her boyfriend who brought her into the city. Then she found out that that man was cheating on her with a whole bunch of other women, so she dumped him.
I was really in love with him. We were together for 3 years, but he cheated so much and I decided, no, this is not working anymore.
She promised herself that she would not be looking for love for a while until she saw Rick's profile on one of her dating applications, which, I don't know about you, but keeping an active dating profile when you are trying not to date seems a little counterproductive. But she saw his hot bod and she was like, damn, I do not give two shits that he is probably older than my father.
I trust him so much. He's a faithful guy, totally different from my ex. That's why I want him to propose me.
Speaking of being faithful, Rick is on his flight and he's like, man, I really gotta come clean about what I did. But like, you guys, you have to understand, I was in such emotional pain during those 5 days when I couldn't reach her.
Hopefully she'll find it in her heart to forgive me. This is a girl that I've had visions of. I really believe that she's the one.
Damn, if the secret is that he cheated, all I can say is you think this girl is the one and it only took you 5 days to fall into the bosoms of another woman? Rick finally arrives, they hug, they kiss, and then they head back to the hotel. On their way back, there is traffic and it is awful. And I guess in the past, Trish has told him that she would call him when she got home from work, and Rick would think that she was being super sus because she would not call him back for like an hour or two.
I told you it takes 2 hours sometimes to go home because of the traffic, and it just...
I thought you were exaggerating.
Then this grandpa is like, okay, so I guess you weren't lying about the traffic, but I mean, my lack of trust is still valid because even if it takes you a long time to get home, you do not call me the minute you step into your house. You, like, make dinner and shit first.
And it kind of made me question a little bit. Part of that is your fault. You don't call me as soon as you get home. You get to cooking and all of that.
I don't want to eat.
No, I understand that.
Rick is like, I know Trish is frustrated that I do not trust her at all, but I want to sweep that under the rug because girly is hot as fuck and I am hella bricked up.
All I want to focus on is our bond. I'm really falling for Trish, and I'm hoping tonight is going to be a beautiful love-making session.
So the two get to the hotel, Rick washes up, Trish gets super sexy, and, you know, they grossly rub bodies about it.
Okay, you can leave now.
Let's check in with Forrest and Sheena. We're back with Forrest, who I recently learned thinks women are gross unless they are unused. Anyway, he's talking to Sheena about his upcoming visit and how his mom basically hates her and how he basically hates her parents. And he says things like, I don't like how your family treats you and I'm gonna go over there and tell them I'm taking you away from them.
I'm taking you away from them. Sheena's family, they don't really like me. Probably because I made Sheena independent from them.
I don't know how I feel about this, if I'm being honest. Because on one hand, Sheena's parents could absolutely suck and be taking all of Sheena's hard-earned money away from her. But they could also be protecting her because they don't love the idea of their daughter working her absolute ass off, saving up money to give to her unemployed boyfriend in America. On the day that Forrest is supposed to fly out, he finds out Sheena has been lying to him again about giving money to her parents.
She said that she had about $4,000 saved up for the K-1 visa. Last night, she let me know she has been giving all her money to her parents.
Does anybody else find it a little weird that Forrest wants to marry this girl and he is doing nothing to financially help her get her ass over here? Also, she's not going to be able to work for a while once she gets to America. Is he expecting her to save up enough money to support the both of them until she can? Like, what is going on? What is the plan?
I believe her parents were intentionally sabotaging us, making sure that she was as broke as possible.
He tells us that Sheena has told him her parents manipulate her and have threatened to kick her out of the house if she does not give them all of her money. So despite Sheena having lied to him for the third time now about giving money to her parents, Forrest still trusts her 100% and is still very determined to rescue her and bring her back to America. He is worried about his mother, though.
Forrest calls me up and says Sheena has been giving her parents the money the whole time. That pisses me off.
Now remember, her mother is against all of this because Forrest was scammed in the past in this exact way. He fell in love with a woman from Indonesia. He went all the way over there to visit her. He brought $2,000 in cash, and she basically trapped him in a hotel, took all of his money, and then dumped him right after.
I don't think Sheena would ever hurt me like that, but I thought the same way last time.
We touch base with Sheena. She is a 40-year-old virgin working as a vet. She says she's a very lonely person, and she only plays video games and watches TV all day, which to me kind of seems like the perfect life, but I get it. It's not for everybody.
He always making me laugh, and I have never felt this kind of self-respect from a guy that I've ever experienced in my life.
Sure, self-respect is very important, but I'm a little more concerned about the fact that he may not super respect women. I just feel like no matter how many sexual partners you've had in the past, you always deserve respect as a human. Sheena is super excited to see Forrest, super unexcited to see Molly. Why, you ask? Because Molly has not been shy about letting her know how much she hates her.
You on my son, you on your whole relationship. As far as I'm concerned, Forrest needs to end the relationship with you.
Yeah, I don't really love that Molly texted her all of that because she doesn't know the full story, right? Because again, Sheena could absolutely be a sucky, scummy scammer, but she could also just be a victim of financial abuse from her parents. So far, in my opinion, Sheena seems really genuine and acts like she really, really likes Forrest. So it will be very interesting to find out if her parents suck or if she's just really good at her grift. And that is all I got for you, Panda Pals. Emma, girly, oof, you are so desperate to be loved that you are willing to accept being treated like absolute crap by a man who looks like Rami Malek had a baby with Mr. Bean. And they were brothers. Like, girl, you need to find a little bit of self-respect. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead, click that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know what you thought in the comments below. I will see you for the next one. Bye!